What's up everyone, John from ARTV. It's time for a review of the third album, Technology, by Don Broco, the British lads over across the pond. I've been hearing a lot about this band in recent days, but I had never actually sat down and listened to them until a couple of weeks ago. I tried out a couple of their songs, but I was kind of surprised at the fact that they had put out 6 songs from the record before it had even been released. It was just kind of weird to me, but then I saw this is an hour-long album. I figured, let's give them the benefit of the doubt. Now, their sound seems to be a very hard-hitting yet electronic-leaning at times sound. It's kind of abrasive and it can be a bit hard to get into. Their vocalist has a dynamic range. Sometimes he's more yelling, sometimes he's singing in a falsetto range, and sometimes he's more of a plateau. And from what I've heard on this album, I think I more so prefer the plateau moments and the more aggressive ones. It's not that he doesn't nail the falsettos, it's just that it gets a bit old kind of fast. And that's what I can say for the sound of Technology in general. There are songs here that I absolutely love, like flat out love, but then there's also songs that I just find to be monotonous and repetitive. And the main thing about Technology that drags it down, this thing did not need to be 16 songs. It did not need to be an hour long. Technology is full of these bouncing riffs and these rhythmic drums that are also kind of predictable, and these vocal patterns that you can almost see coming from a mile away. You know if this is going to be a more lively song like Everybody or Potty Mouth, or even some of the singles like Stay Ignorant. You know if it's going to be one of those songs or if it's going to be something slower almost automatically. And that ruins a bit of it for me because it's just like, I hate knowing exactly what is going to come, not in terms of like lyrical content or overall execution. It's just that the guitar tones and the vocal patterns, they run together for me. Let's clear the air right away. I think this band is super talented. I'm not trying to take that away from anyone. It's just that I feel like a lot of these songs are going to sound better in a live setting, if that makes sense. They were made to mosh to. They're made to get loud to and to just kind of bounce around with everybody in the crowd and to bounce off of each other, literally. And from what I've seen of their performances, it seems like they have a very good energy about them, a captivating just crowd interaction, and just the way that they are all over the place on stage. Maybe I'll catch them when they come through my state in March. What works on this record? What goes right? Well, it starts off with the first song that I heard from them, Stay Ignorant. This one has a rocking, kicking fierceness to it, and I love that. It kind of has those vocals that you would come to expect if you know anything about this band, but also a mix of outside instrumentation. I do like the heavy guitars. It just has a heavy feel in general, and I like the overall lyrical themes here. Obviously, the album is called Technology, so I'm bound to agree with a lot of it as he makes statements and talks about the place of technology, and even on the first track, the title track on this record, he talks about a friend that can never put his camera down. That's how I see society in general. We're all just becoming zombies, and I know I harp on this and get preachy sometimes, but really, what is our society going to be in 10 years? Will we even know how to interact with one another? So I'm always happy to see musicians talking about it, and I think Stay Ignorant does continue those themes. Throughout this record, we do get several other absolute bangers, even some of the slower moments, like Tightrope, which is a nice track that he wrote about a story his mother told him about somebody who had a friend with mental illness long ago, before mental illnesses were properly diagnosed. This track has a great chorus, and it is one of the more falsetto-leaning moments, if that makes sense, something that's a little bit more clean vocally, but I don't have a problem with that whatsoever, especially when the lyrical content is strong. They have the songs and the vocals to back it up. Good Listener almost seems to kind of give a nod and a wink, if you will, when the way that it addresses its audience that it's being put out to. I like that quality about the track, and it's a lot of fun to listen to, along with the closing moment, Potty Mouth. It kind of gets inconsistent towards the end of the record with some of these tracks like Gotta Be You, which is just a very predictable slow song. Even the track In, Blood in the Water, I have mixed feelings on, and I think that it does get right back on track with the closing moment, Potty Mouth, and if you want to loop the album, it goes back into Technology, so you're back into good things there. But I think my overall favorite track here has to be track number 5, which is called Pretty. This one comes right after Come Out to LA, which I just have a weird vision of like a concert where everybody has beach balls and they're just moshing to this. It's just like one of those songs that gives me a perfect vision, and I'm like, this should have been the music video. Let John from ARTV direct. Pretty does come right after that, and this cut is just perfection. It has everything that I like about this band, and while my relationship with them is still relatively fresh, I can see that they have these great qualities, and this song in particular reminds me of the 2000s, kind of like a pumping rock vein that is flowing from it, but at the same time they combine their own unique style and some modern stylings as well. The production here is definitely the ace in the hole, and on this track, Pretty, I can see this being played for months, maybe even a long time to come from me personally. Despite the album's glowing moments of life, there are a lot of moments that do drag on and make this record tiresome to listen to. I just don't quite feel like they have the captivating energy and the songwriting and the length. They don't justify the length of this album here on Technology, but that's just my opinion. Guys, I'm liking a good section of this record, but not as a whole. I can't see myself coming back to this. For me personally, I'm gonna give this a strong 3 out of 5. What do you guys think? Please let me know in the comment section down below. Drop a like on the video while you're here, and if you haven't heard the album yet, you can stream it at the link at the bottom of the description. As many requests as I got for this one, this is sure to be a controversial review, so please keep in mind, it's just my opinion, and opinions make the world go round. See another rock review right over here. See another recent review I uploaded on the channel right over here. All of my social media can be found linked in the description. Support me on Patreon at that annotation right there. Other than that, I'll see you soon on ARTV.